Hello guys, welcome back to the channel where trading is made easy with high level of clarity. Today is Sunday, and as we all know, Sundays we do top analysis and give buyers on what to expect in the market. Today I have few pairs that I'll be running top analysis. Stay with us to the end of this video because at the end of this video you will gain value and maximize your chance of winning. Without wasting time, let's begin. Today we are starting with GBPUSD, right? And we are going to start with something that we have been neglecting and that can contribute to our success, which is what choosing the right broker, right? What happened here in the market is what will clarify your doubts why you should be looking for a very good broker. Now, in my previous video, I explained all the reasons we should be expecting this market to start selling at this particular place, right? Okay. Okay, let's leave this. Okay, let's take it. I explained all the reasons why we should be expecting this market to start selling from this particular place. And markets tapped in, they have started selling and giving us this powerful trade because I told you once the market starts selling, you should be targeting this low as your what take profits. And that was exactly what the market did. Market tapped in there and started moving, took out these lows that we are seeing here. And if you are taking this opportunity or if you have taken this trade, you must have closed your trade in a very good profit. But something happened. Remember, if you have been in this channel for some time, you know that when the market is moving to the downside, when a structure creates a high without sweeping liquidity, markets always go to take it out before continuation. And that was exactly what happened at this particular break. But something very funny happened. Now, where is the liquidity? This is the liquidity that needed to be what? Taken out because this high what? Broke this what? Structure. And this structure that you are seeing here, let's remove this one. I'm coming to it. Now, this structure that you are seeing here, we knew that it was gonna take to be taken out. And when it takes out, or when the market take it out, where is it going to come? It will now come towards this particular order block because this is a very valid order block here because it has what? Fair value gap above what? It's, let's delete this to make our chart neat. But what happened? Market refused to tap into it. Now, this one is not market. This is what? Broker. Because some of the students in our community, some of them caught the trade, some missed the entry because of their broker. Now, this is FSCM. Now, let's go to Oanda. You will discover something very funny there. Now, as you can see, Oanda tapped in and gave us this beautiful trade because CPI news swept all this liquidity and tapped in here and came down immediately. So if you are choosing a broker, please know the kind of broker you are choosing, most especially the one that their slippage is not high. Because if you fail to understand that there are some people that will be triggering your stop loss while markets will continue moving to the upside, but on normal markets, that something of that nature didn't happen. So you have to be very careful when choosing what? A broker, because this thing now cost so many people opportunities. So many people we are very, very angry in the community and so on. So whenever you are choosing a broker, please take this into consideration because okay, let's look at what is it called? Forex.com. Yes, forex.com came in also. Yes. Forex.com came in also, as you can see it, right? And let's see if there is any other broker that kind of thing happened. Yes. Now look at this. Now this pepper stone, it didn't come in there. Are you getting it? So when choosing a broker, please be careful about this. Without having said that, let's proceed. So in my previous video, I shared this setup and gave you the reasons why market needed to start coming down from this particular place because this what broke a structure here on lower time frame on 15 minutes. And by the way, I'll be sharing some of the trade that we caught and before giving you what to expect in this market because from there you can learn something because the markets took out this liquidity, right? Internal liquidity and created this high. So we expecting market to come into this high before continuation to the downside. And that was exactly what market has what done. By the way, we can go through the previous videos to see some of these things that we are talking about here and learn from some of the things we have said there, because there are so many things that you can actually learn from our previous videos. So without wasting time, let's continue. Now, right now, the market has already filled this order block here, created here, and continued moving to the downside. Remember, for a few weeks now, I explained to us when the market was here, explaining all the reasons why we should be, sorry, I think that should be here. Let's go to 4 hours. Yes, that was here. When the market was here, I explained all the reasons we should be expecting this market to come to the downside, and the market started coming to the downside. And when the market was here, I explained all the reasons why we should expect this reaction from this order block, right, before continuation to the downside. And market did exactly that. When the market was at this top, at this place, I explained all the reasons why the market has to come down, right, to take out this low. Because of what? When you look at it, we're expecting the market to take out a particular low, because when we have double low like equal low like this, market often takes it out before another continuation to the upside. But having that in mind, let's proceed. So we are still expecting this market to come and take out what this low, because higher time frame is showing us that this market is still what in downtrend, creating what lower lows and lower high. Despite on daily, when we get to daily, this market is in a very bullish what uptrend, but the market is yet to clear the first liquidity created after the break of what external structure here. So we should be expecting this to happen, but as I always say, trading is reactive and not predictive. So let's have that in mind and drop down to lower time frame. So coming to lower time frame, all we can see right now is this market is still coming down, but on 1 hour, we can see that we have a very good order block here with a very good fair value gap. And whenever we see order with a fair value gap, it tells us that that place is a very strong what zone. And currently we have a new trading what range. So having said that, we are still expecting this market to continue coming to the downside, but some things are now not yet defined. Why? Because some of the things that we are seeing on our DSY here, all right, because this is dollar index, is giving us some certain things that we are yet to explain properly. And having that in mind, don't worry, one of these days I will make video on how to use and combine DSY, dollar index, and USD pairs. So don't worry about that. So now having this right now, so what are we doing? We're expecting this market right now to, still come down. But in that situation, when we go to lower time frame, let's check. Okay, on 30 minutes, we have a very good order block there now. Okay, we have a very good order block now that swept this liquidity. So this is our strong high, but something tricky is here right now. Now, I will be considering this to be a very good order block if only if a liquidity is swept before this particular place. Remember, if you have been in this market for in this channel for some time, we only consider a structure to be valid, or a order block to be valid if only liquidity is swept before coming to it and continuation to the downside. So right now, what are we expecting? We are expecting the market to start selling from here only if this market would take out this low and now come and take this high liquidity before what continuation to the downside. So this is what we're expecting. Without us seeing the market doing that, and the market now starts coming to this particular place without sweeping any liquidity, I will not be considering, or we should not be considering this to be a valid order what block, despite it swept this high. Why? Because of what we already seen on dollar index and also on euro USD, because Euro USD moves similar with the way that GBP USD moves. So having that in mind, let's continue. We are coming to Euro USD. So since we have this, what are we expecting? And when we go to lower time frame, 15 minutes and 5 minutes, something is quite interesting here. After this break of structure here, because this structure went up, then went up again, this structure broken here. Now this is a valid break of structure. Why? Because it took out what highs before this break. So after this break of structure right now, we are now seeing that this market is currently creating higher highs and higher what lows. And when we zoom out very well, you will see that a liquidity trap is already set here. Remember, just like I said a few minutes ago, once a structure is broken without this high, this low created now sweeping any liquidity, market always come to what? Take it before continuation. So if this market decide not to go below this, right? And now take out this liquidity and start ranging and change trend within this environment. Let's go to 15 minutes to see. Okay, now we have a very good order block there. If this market decides to come to take out this liquidity, comes inside this particular place and change trend at this particular place, right? Then look for order block and take this order to the what? Upside before any other thing. But if this market decides to continue going to the upside, please be careful at this particular place unless you will wait for change of trend here before taking it to the what? Downside. Remember, in higher time frame, we are expecting this market to come lower. But this movement will be valid if only this low is what taken out. Then the market could use this what as internal liquidity to be what to use it as a fuel to come to the downside. Or the market creates that liquidity around this particular place and go here before coming to the downside. Without doing that, I'll be expecting this market to react from this particular place and at least test this particular place before any other thing. So on GBPUSD, this is what I'm expecting. Remember, we are expecting to take it to the downside, but we cannot use this 30 minutes order block we are seeing here if the market did not take any liquidity and decide to come to this particular place. So we are not going to be using this as a good order block to take the market to the upside, because if the market failed to take the liquidity, we are going to consider it as invalid order block. So have that in mind and know how to approach it. Now coming to Euro GBP. Now I spoke about this market when it was at this particular place, explaining all the reason we should see this move to the upside, and that was exactly what's happened. And I explained all the reasons why we should be very careful with this move when the market was here, because this liquidity was taken. Remember, this low swept this liquidity here, right, and came to this other block here and continued moving to the upside, changing from creating lower lows and lower highs to now creating higher highs and higher lows, because the character of the market was changed here. Why? Because the high that swept liquidity was broken to the upside. So we were expecting the market to continue to the upside, reason again, because this market on higher time frame, as you can see, is in a very bullish movement. So having said that, we were expecting this to happen and it happened, but along the line, the market failed to create a new high with this liquidity that was taken out. In my previous video, I explained the reason why we should be careful with this, because if actually this was a very good low, it would have created a good high. By the way, you can check our previous videos to see if you to go through it and learn some new things. So in that situation right now, the market now came back, tapped in this our order block and started moving to the upside. But when this was happening, right, I shared all the reason why we should be careful with what we are having at this particular place, because when a structure is tested a couple of times, it will become it will become weak. So we had another block here on 15 minutes, which I'm not going to be going through, and we were expecting that order block to be triggered, but something happened. Let me say this again: know the kind of broker you are using. Now, as you can see now, let's extend this a little. We were waiting for that other block here to be filled, but on Oanda, it wasn't filled. But some of the students in my community caught this particular trade because the order were filled. One of my students using tick mail caught this particular trade. Can you see it here? That's slippage, right? Still tapped inside his order before this continuation to the upside, before this good change of lower lows and lower highs. So now changing of what? Higher highs and higher lows. So sometimes be careful the kind of what broker you are using. So having said that, let's proceed. Now the market is creating higher highs and higher lows. So what do you do? Remember, after this break of structure we are seeing at this particular place, because the market stayed here for some time in this ranging what base, and after this last break of structure internally, the market created this low that we are now expecting the market to use as what? Liquidity before any other move to the down upside. Now, looking at that, let's go to 4 hours. Now we have a very good order block on 4 hours here, which is going to serve as magnet to price. So on long time, we are now expecting market to come to this particular place, but I'm not expecting the market to come to this particular place in this new trading week. Why? Because the markets, based on data that we have already accumulated on EURGBP, the market will test this resistance that is now going to turn, that is turning to support now and continue moving to the upside. Let's go to 1 hour and looking at it right now. This was a resistance now that is going to be turned to support, but at that particular place now, we are now seeing a very good order block below it. So how do we approach this now? Because we are waiting for that sharp retest and continuation. Later, the market will come to this particular what place. But remember, trading is reactive and not predictive. Market could decide even to come to this particular place before any other continuation to the upside. So having said that, let's drop down to 15 minutes. Then on 15 minutes right now, we can only use this as a valued order block if only what this market creates liquidity at this particular place, something like this, right? And take it out. Coming to this particular place, you wait for change of what? Trend or character and continue taking the market to the upside. So on Euro GBP, this is what the first place that I'll be looking for what? A buy continuation. Only if, please always remember that only if liquidity is what? Taken before coming to this particular place, then I will take it and be taking that market to this what particular place for 3-to-1 risk reward. But in a situation like this, you have to wait for change of trend. Why? Because of this week here, and I cannot now put my stop loss here. As you can see now, my risk reward is not even up to 2-to-1, talk more of 3-to-1. So you have to wait for that change of trend at this particular place, and so that you can maximize good chance of winning and tight the smaller risk to this what trade. But in that situation, wait for that change of trend. If it didn't happen here, wait for that market here and continue taking the market to the what upside. Why? Because we still have this open price imbalance that need to be balanced, and with what a double low that needed to be that needs to be what taken out, because whenever we see this in the market, definitely markets always come to what take it. So on Euro GBP, this is what I am expecting, and this also, right? So this is what we are expecting on Euro what GBP. So having said that, let's continue. Now, let's go to gold, right? But before we say anything on gold, let's quickly say this. We sincerely appreciate people that have been engaging and supporting this our channel. Everything we are doing, we are not taking it for granted. We really appreciate you engaging in our contents, and that's why we have already made up our mind to now be uploading more educational contents aside our trading, weekly bias. And because so many people complaints and some questions that I receive concerning value breakout structure, value trend, valued order block, and so many other things. From next month, we start going little deeper to be teaching some of these things that will help you to be profitable trader because you deserve financial freedom. And so just subscribe, like, comment, and also turn on the notification button so that whenever we upload any video, you'll be the first to get the notification. So we sincerely appreciate all your engagements and support in this channel. Having said that, let's proceed. Now, having this right now, I'm going to be sharing some of the trade that we caught here. From it, you could learn something before I give you what to expect in this trading week. Now, having this, remember in my previous video, I explained all the reasons why we should be expecting this market to react from this daily order block, and that's what the market has just been doing for a couple of days. And having said that, remember, higher time frame gives us the direction of the market, lower time frame gives us more clearer confirmation and what is currently happening in the market. Looking at this, we say that gold is in a very bullish movement, right? And for gold right now to do any other thing, either to continue selling or any other thing, some certain things need to be taken care of, and that's what we are going to. Having said that, let's drop down to 4 hours. Now let's bring out this. Now, I explained to us last week, let's delete this. I explained to us on Wednesday why we should be expecting this ranging that is happening here, because whenever market comes to daily order block, it will range for some time for accumulation phase before continuation to the upside. And during that wait, we utilize the opportunity to get some trades, right? Now, looking at this right now, you can see that the time we were waiting for that, and I told you people in my previous video that we should continue looking for sell upon opportunity only if the market goes below this and close below it. But what happened? Market just ranged, swept liquidity and broke to the upside and continue going up. But while we saw that, let's go to 15 minutes. While the market refused to break to the downside, market swept liquidity and broke this internal structure because this high broke this low, and we were not expecting market to go above it, but market went above it. When the market went above it, we were now waiting for it to react from this order block we are seeing at this particular place. We placed our market here, and what happened? Market tapped in and gave us this wonderful 3-to-1 risk reward, taking out this low before any other thing. So why are we sharing some of the trades we got from it? You could actually learn something. So having said that, let's proceed. So the market gave us this. This was one of the trades we caught on Thursday, and it was really beautiful and fast take profit. And while we are doing that, now I want you to observe something. After this break of structure, a low was created. And if you have been on this channel for some time, once a break of structure takes place, right, without that low taking out any low, market always come to it, either taking two of them out, right, coming to other block before continuation to the upside. So I want you to always have this in mind. So we waited for that to happen. Where are we seeing that other block? We saw that other block at this particular place. So having seen this other block, because all the other blocks here, or all the things we are seeing here, none is valid order block, only this particular one. Another block is very strong when you see open price here, which is what we call fair value gap, and we placed our order at this particular place, putting our stop loss below this. Now, let me quickly say this. Despite this market nearly went against us, but thank God that it didn't. This is the reason I always say, always give your market a breathing space. Look at it. Market came to exactly the low of that other block before continuation, putting at least 2-3 pips below it. See, we save you from things like this. Imagine that we didn't do that. This market would have would have gone against us and still come to the right direction. So always keep this at the back of your and in your mind rather. So when we took this trade, this market closed in our what? Favor also. Despite we had a losing trade at this particular place, right? Because we decided to take our order here at the first time, put our stop loss above this and targeted what? This low. I think, sorry, that wasn't here. Okay, that should be here, right? Yes. So we took our order here, targeted this low. Because we saw this order block at this particular place. So what happened? Market triggered it before continuation to the downside. So most of the times, this is part of the market. Sometimes you lose some trades, some you get, but the most important thing is for your winning trade to be what? Bigger than your losing trade. So we took 3 trades with between Thursday, Friday, and two came in our favor and one went against us. So that's part of what? The system. But the only thing is what? Always handling your trade very, very well. So what do we have at this particular place now? So let's clear our chart a little. Now, since the market had already started moving to the right direction now, remember in higher time frame, we are seeing what? Buy signal because this is reacting heavily. And on 4 hours, as we can see right now, the market is in what? Ranging phase. On 1 hour, we can see that the market is now changing what? Trend. Then on 15 minutes, we can see that the market had already broken what? The internal structure now, and liquidity had been taken, and the market is printing a very bullish momentum because we can see that this market went from creating series of lower lows and lower highs and now creating higher highs and what? Higher lows. And when something of this nature happen, we continue looking for what? Movement to what? To the upside. And on daily, I want you to observe something, right? Now on our daily charts, we can boldly see that there is something that is unusual that is happening here, right? This for trend traders though. And when we have something like this, and markets keep testing this, test it 1, 2, 3, at the fourth one or fifth one, market always break to the upside. And considering that we still have an opened order block here, markets before this market continue going to the downside, if it wants, definitely this order block needs to be what? Tested. Having this in mind, let's proceed. So we are now expecting the market to at least continue to the upside. That's what our higher time frame is what? Showing us. So on 15 minutes right now, what are we expecting? Since liquidity has been taken out, internal structure broken, and this high now being tested, because so many people will still be holding their order here, putting their stop loss just above here. So many people are still holding this trade like this, right? Targeting this low, and market makers knows that. So definitely we should be expecting this what? High to be taken. And looking at it, you will discover now that this market is creating higher highs, right? Are you seeing it now? So we should be expecting more bullish price action. So having that, let's proceed. So that now that we have this, what are we expecting? We are now expecting to continue taking it to the upside. So, and when we look at this, we can consider this to be our strong low because it swept what? Liquidity. So this is sweep of liquidity, and that is our strong low. So when you come to this strong low, let's look at 1 hour. Now we can now use this to be our what? Order block here. Why? Because we are seeing that fair value gap here. Then when we go, okay, let's look, first look at 13 minutes, nothing, 15 minutes. Now on 15 minutes also, we have this order block here. Why are we considering it to be order block? Because of what? There is open price here, fair value gap, and we are now having this what? Low that needs to be what? Taken out. Despite it has been taken out here, but I'm expecting gold to still come down before continuation. But if the market open and continue moving to the upside, there is nothing to still what? worry about. On Wednesday, we still update you people on what to do. So on gold, the first entry that I'm looking at now is at this particular place, putting my stop loss below here. But since I have an open order block below, I will now wait for change of trend at this particular what place. Remember, don't be greedy in the markets. 3 to 1 risk reward is okay. Then you can target this what high. So I will be waiting for change of trend at this particular place. I will not be aggressive here because I have open trade here, and the market could decide to what continue moving to the downside because of what this market is currently reacting from this other block that we are seeing here. Remember, trading is reactive and not predictive. So we are going to wait for the market to give us a very clear change of what direction when it comes inside this particular place or this particular place. So these are my views on gold. Please don't trade aggressively here because gold is very, very volatile. This is a very big stop loss. So just wait for the market to give you what to do. Then you can take it to what? To the upside. So on gold, this is my view. This place I'll be looking for my first point of interest here. This second one. So this is my view on gold. And on GBPUSD, this is my what view. Wait for it to come here, then you take it to this place. Once you see that confirmation, or you wait for it to sweep liquidity, we continue taking it to the downside because we want it to what come and challenge this other block here. Then on EURGBP, then this is also what what's happening. Oh, it looks like we did that analysis in another pair. Let's see. Okay, this is my words, my bias, what I'm looking at. So that is it. Then on Euro USD, everything is still not defined, right? That's why we are not going to be doing anything there because remember in my previous video, this was where we put our order. Currently, if you are taking your order here, your trade here, or you have placed your order, you should be in profit for now, right? You must be in little profit, but currently this market is creating higher highs and higher lows into this zone. So some certain things are not defined here. So I will not be saying anything on Euro USD, but you don't have anything to worry about on Wednesday. Whatever the chart gives to us, then I will still be putting you people through. Then on USD JPY, right? USDJPY is quite funny. That this is what happens sometimes in the market. That's why sometimes you lose in the market, even when you are right, right? So we were expecting this market to start selling from this particular place. Then it still went against us. Why? Because this market, we were expecting it to come and fill this order. Rather, it decided to start reacting from here because this is open price that is abnormal in the market. We were expecting it to fill it, but decided to react from here. There is no problem. Trading is reactive and not predictive. So, and after taking these internal structures, we were expecting it to react from this other block and start coming to the downside, but it continued moving to the upside, causing us to lose this position. There is no problem. That is why it is always good to wait. Whenever market comes to a structure, wait for change of trend. Sometimes don't be aggressive in the market. As you can see, the market was creating series of higher highs and higher lows and never changed. That was why this market went against us. But on USDJPY, there is nothing to worry about. If that's your favorite pair, we are going to see what the market is going to do and still know how to what follow it. These are my buyers on these pairs for the week. Please remember, trading is reactive and not predictive. Just take everything easy. Wait for that confirmation of trend, and before you take your trade in this trading week. So remember to share, comment, like, and turn on the notification bell so that whenever we upload any video, you'll be the first to get it. Have a wonderful trading week ahead. See you on Wednesday.